Hey now, it's Stacy, your life transitions coach, and I have decided that I wanted to present to you all a quick series. It's going to be three videos, and I want to talk to you about self reflection. And so, over the next couple of days, I'm going to share with you, why I think that self reflection is an extreme act of self care. And I'm going to also be sharing with you my own self reflection practices and how self reflection helped me to heal after I broke off my engagement 42 days before the wedding, and just share with you those things that I've done by way of self reflection that have helped me to grow and that have helped me to reconnect to my authentic self. And so, again, I'm going to be sharing with you over the course of 3 days some self reflection practices. And today, I want to share with you 4 reasons why practicing self reflection is an extreme act of self care. So, now I want to start off with what I think self care is. You know, um, Self care, that's a term that's used quite often. And but have we ever stopped to think about what it is, and or what it is not? So self-care is an activity. Self-care is an activity that you do in order to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. Self-care is an activity that you do in order to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. And so oftentimes we think of self care as getting our hair done, getting our nails done, having a pedicure, taking a bubble bath. Um, those are, maybe getting a massage. And while those are all self care acts or actions and absolutely necessary, um, self reflection can be added to that list, and it goes deeper. It goes deeper. Those things are more surface things that we get done. And while they make us feel good and look good, and when you look good, you feel good, there's nothing wrong with them. Trust and believe. I practice them myself often. There comes a time in our life where we need to go deeper. And I think as women, oftentimes we don't do that. We don't go deeper. We kind of stay at the surface. Why? Because we either don't have time to do more, we don't have energy to do more, we don't have the motivation to do more. But I'm here to tell you and share with you, why you need to consider self reflection as a practice to begin doing. And self so I'm going to be interchanging self care and self reflection because I think personally they kind of go hand in hand. But self care is an activity that you do in order to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. And so, why is it important? Why is self care important? Why is self care important? Well, self care is important because you cannot give to others what you don't have yourself. You cannot give from an empty well. And so often that's what we're doing. We're constantly pouring into others, we're constantly doing for others. And Our own well is empty. Our own cup is empty. We're serving, we're helping, we're doing from an empty cup. And so we already are low in energy. We're already low on time. We're already, devoid of motivation, and we're constantly pouring into others, and there is absolutely nothing left for us. And so when you're empty, you cannot give to others. Just like others need kindness and love and compassion and patience and all those things from us, we also need those things from and for ourselves. And so that's why self-care is important. So while some people think of self care as being selfish or self care as being a luxury, especially when you talk about the massages and, just taking care of yourself, um, from a surface level, it's often viewed as being selfish and as a luxury. But I am here to tell you and impress upon you that not only is it not selfish, it is an absolute necessity for our well being. It's an absolute necessity for our well being. And so, having a self care practice means that you choose to explore your needs through regular reflection and make appropriate changes to meet those needs. I'm going to say that again, and I have my notes in front of me. So if you see me looking down occasionally, I just have my notes in front of me. And so I just want to repeat that again. Having a self care practice, having a self care practice means that you choose to explore your needs through regular reflection and make appropriate changes to meet those needs. So that means you have to sit down and you have to have a meeting with yourself and you have to ask yourself, what do I need? What do I want? What's missing in my life? And as those answers come to you, you're going to have to make some changes. But the only way you're going to know that you're going to have to make some changes is if you sit down and do some self-reflection and make self-care and self-reflection a practice. And here's what I want you to remember is that um, anything in life requires practice. Practice, not for perfection's purposes, but for permanence. Meaning, we want to make this a habit. We want to make this something that is routine for us. We want to make this something that we don't have to struggle with. That when we feel stressed out or when we feel, empty, we automatically know that, oh, you know what? I think I need to sit down and do some reflection. Why? Because reflection is an extreme act of self care. And so when I talk about self reflection being an extreme, excuse me, act of self care, I want to share with you 4 reasons why. And the first reason is this. Oh no! Bear with me, you all. Something just happened, funky. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So again, I want to share with you 4 reasons why self-reflection is an extreme act of self-care. And the first reason is that it allows you to be okay with the fact that you have needs. Self-reflection allows you to be okay with the fact that you have needs. You have needs. I have needs, your children have needs, your husband or significant other has needs, Your friends have needs. Your family has needs. We all have needs. But what we tend to do is forget about the fact that we ourselves, me, myself, and I have needs. You have needs. And so, we're normally focused on others and we totally disregard the fact that we have needs. But the thing is, it's okay to have needs. It's absolutely okay. It's okay to have them. It's okay to give yourself permission to meet those needs. But if you're not doing self reflection on a regular basis, then you don't even know what your needs are. I was dating a guy and he um he was very vocal about his needs. And at the time, while I knew that I had needs, I could not verbalize them because I really hadn't sat down long enough to determine what those needs were. And so, again, it's important for you to practice self reflection because it allows you to tap into your needs. It allows you to um, um, recognize and acknowledge that, you know what, I need a hug. You know what, I need some space. You know what, I need a break. I need a break. You know what? I need to break up the monotony in my life. You know what? I need to um, have some time with my friends, away from family, away from spouse, away from children. It's okay. Now, while I am not a mother, I have nieces and nephews. And so I certainly understand the need for some space and some time away. And so, you know, once you acknowledge the fact that you have needs, it gives you, it allows you to give yourself permission to be authentically you, to be authentically you, to be the you who you are, not the you that you put on airs for other people, not the you that you wear a mask. Hey, Stacey, how you doing? Oh, great, I'm fine, blessed and highly favored. When inside, because I have neglected my needs, I'm crumbling. Who does that? We do. When we fail to acknowledge our needs and in order to do so, we need to practice self-reflection. And so that's number one. It allows you to be okay with the fact that you have needs. Number two, practicing self-reflection as an extreme form or act of self-care allows you to express yourself freely and clearly without guilt. That last part is key because um, we often don't express ourselves. And if we do speak up for ourselves, if we do say, hey, you know what? No, I can't do that. You know what? Hey, I don't like that. Hey, you know what? I don't know. I didn't like what you said to me. Or I didn't like how you said what you said to me. Maybe you said it, but I don't like the way you said it. The act of self reflection allows us to be or to express ourselves freely and clearly without guilt. It gives us permission, once again, to be authentically us. And so when you sit down with pen and paper or however you choose, and we'll talk about the different things that you can do as you practice your self reflection. Um, when you sit down or you walk or whatever, or you meditate, whatever it is that you do to help you to practice self reflection, You are allowing your authentic voice to come to the forefront. You are allowing yourself to state whatever it is that you need to state and to do so without guilt. You don't have to feel guilty for feeling the way you do. You don't have to feel guilty about setting boundaries in your life. You don't have to feel guilty about saying no. But you know what? We often do. But when you sit down to do some self reflection, you will begin to acknowledge to yourself that A, I deserve whatever it is, and B, I'm worthy. I'm worthy. The fact that you exist means you're worthy. I'm worthy of, you know, saying no to this thing or this activity so that I can say yes to me. I'm worthy. I deserve that. But in order for you to get to that point, self reflection is what needs to happen. So that's number one, it allows you to be okay with the fact that you have needs. Number two, it allows you to express yourself freely and clearly without guilt. And then number three, it gives you room to practice healthy boundaries. And I alluded to that in number two, but it gives you room to practice healthy boundaries. Self reflection allows you to make the rules for your own life. You get to make the rules. Isn't that wonderful? Nobody gets to make the rules for your life. But yet, that's how we operate and move through the world. We operate and move through the world based on the expectations of other people. But you get to make the rules for your life. You get to say what comes and what goes. You get to say what stays and what to allow in. And if there's something that you don't want in, you get to say bye bye. You get to do that control alt delete, not just on the computer, but in your life. That's a thing. That's a real thing. And so, but in order to get to that point, in order to get to that point where you um, make room to practice healthy boundaries, you need to do some self reflection. Why? Well, it goes back to number one. What are your needs? I mean, that's the bottom line of all of this. What are your needs? What are your needs? What are your wants? And it's not, I'm not, again, this is not from a selfish point of view. This is from a self care point of view. And then number four, self reflection as an extreme act of self care. It helps you to build resilience and prevent burnout, and it promotes healthy, or I should say, it promotes a healthy relationship with the number one person in your life, and that's you. So, again, it helps to build resilience. Resilience is basically you can take a licking and keep on ticking. You fall down, but you get back up. You know why you're able to do that? You know why you are able to bounce back? You know why you are resilient? Because you've taken out the time, excuse me, you've taken the time to sit down with yourself, to consult with yourself, and say, hey, you know what? Here's what we're doing today. Hey, you know what? I think I want to go left. Everybody else is going right. I think I want to go left. But in order to know that, you need to sit down and do some self reflection. Are you noticing a theme here? So, self reflection, excuse me, helps you to build resistance. It helps you to get stronger and be able to withstand some things and not crumble because you have tapped into your own strength, your own abilities, your own capabilities to be able to withstand some things. It prevents burnout. You know why? Because you sit yourself down somewhere, sit down, get a pen and paper, and dump. Just dump. Don't call a friend, dump it out. You can talk to Jesus. That's for sure. That's always before you do anything. And then you can also dump out all that you're feeling, all that you're thinking, all that you need to process. Dump it out. And here's a practice that I do. It is rare that I'll go to anyone with a problem that needs a solution before I consult with myself. And I consult with myself through journaling and through self reflection. And so by the time I get to you to ask you if I should go left or if I should go right, I already know the answer. I'm really just coming to you to maybe just get another vote for the answer that I've already come up with. Okay, so but again, it helps to prevent burnout. Why? Because you actually take some time to get still. You take some time to get quiet. You take some time to shut out all the noise, the TV, the social media, the children, the phone, all the things. Self reflection allows you to shut all those things out and to go within to figure out what it is that you want, what your needs are, what solutions you need to come up with. And then it helps you to um, build and it promotes a healthy relationship with you. It helps you to be more self-aware and knowledgeable about who you are and what you want. And so self-reflection helps you to keep account of your strengths. It helps you to keep your life in perspective. And it helps you to connect with and reconnect with yourself. Oftentimes we lose touch with ourselves. And so self reflection allows us to reconnect to us, to who we are, and to what it is that we want. And so those are four reasons why practicing self reflection is an extreme form of self care. And the reason why is it a or one, it allows you to be okay with the fact that you have needs. It gives it is excuse me, it allows you to express yourself freely and clearly without guilt. It gives you room to practice healthy boundaries. And then number four, it helps to build resilience, prevent burnout, and promote a healthy relationship with the number one person in your life, and that's you. And so I hope this has been beneficial to you. I hope after listening to this that you recognize that self-reflection and the act of sitting down and doing some going inward to connect with yourself. I hope that you recognize that this is a tool and a practice that that you should, and I hesitate to use the word should, but I strongly suggest about that you begin to make this a practice because it again is going to help you take care of your mental, your emotional, and your physical health. And so that's what I wanted to share with you in this first video. Um, and this is a three-part series. And then tomorrow I'll come back and talk to you about um, three power, three powerful reasons to make self-reflection a daily habit. All right, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Smooches.